Good morning, and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
And it is Coffee and time here on ON Radio, Friday morning, August 9th. Thanks for joining us. My name's Joe Callahan.
You're welcome,
and,
Joe.
And what's your name?
You said thanks for joining you.
Yeah, that's right.
And here I am.
And that's Dave Richards right over there.
I'm Dave Richards.
Good morning to you there, Dave.
Yes.
Nice to have you along with us. It's kind of cloudy out, a little bit of patchy fog as well. And we're at a temperature reading of 67 right now.
Right.
And our first segment sponsor of the Coffee and program is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Do you see anything from the Chamber inside your inbox on your email?
I do, Joe.
And what do you see, Dave?
And today I'm looking at the list. The list of upcoming events. We're in August already. Next Wednesday, the 14th of August, is the Business is Brewing Mixer. And it's they call them networking pop-ups these days. And 5 to 7 is the time, and it's the Providence Brewing Company down in, I would guess that's Providence. And it's in partnership with the Rhode Island Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. By the way, nice people. I've been to their offices and spoken with their director, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Rhode Island. Very, very active in trying to get our Latin brothers and sisters in business in the game, as it were, and networking in with others so that it's not just they're talking to Spanish-speaking people. They want to be part of the English-speaking business world as well. And the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is working very hard on that. So it'll be in cooperation with that. Love it. Moving along, we also have Providence men's basketball coach Kim English coming to a Lessons in Leadership luncheon coming up on. That would be interesting, huh? You want to go? I could arrange it. You know, I'm a member. September 12th from 11:30 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. September 12th, I think, is a Wednesday. And it's at Providence College. Lessons in Leadership luncheon, and it's all part of what's coming up. Of course, the executive golf outing and all the rest of that stuff. And the next Eggs and Issues breakfast is coming up on October 9th, just before Autumn Fest. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce works hard for the business community. Call 334-1000. Find out how they can help you in your side hustle or a business, or maybe you know somebody who has a business or just started a business. Still a lot of that going on. Suggest it to them and have them check it out.
I did a quick look, Dave. Yes, Providence Brewing is on Sims Avenue in Providence.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense right there. So now you know. So, alrighty, moving on to other things. We are going to talk to Meg Rigo from Levitt Amp. She's probably going to give us a call about 8:15 or so. And we expect Rich Lane to join us. He usually strolls in about 20 past 8, anywhere between 20 past 8 and 8:30. And we'll talk about him, what's going on at the Post as well. In the meantime, though, Dave, it's Friday morning quarterbacking time.
Because what's that, Friday morning quarterbacking time?
Well, they had a Thursday night game, so.
Oh,
Patriots had their first
we're going to talk sports, are we?
Patriots had their first preseason game. Preseason games mean nothing. I mean, less than what baseball preseason games mean.
No, that's not true. They have fewer of them, so each one means more than a preseason
Well, it means
baseball
something to
game.
the players because they're basically
and to the
trying
management.
out, and they're trying to get a hold of some. They want a spot on the team, and
of course.
There's a lot of players out there. They had a couple of good things happen in yesterday's game. The fourth-string quarterback I thought looked great, Joe Milton, the third or the fourth, I forget which one his number is. Zappy did not look so good,
and he got most of the time.
Of the time, yeah.
That's too bad.
I think he was actually out there trying out for another team, is what he was actually doing.
What is he doing?
Well, the other scouts are looking at him and say, "Well, can we use him someplace else?" And Jacoby Brissett looked okay, and Drake May looked okay. They just didn't play enough. For my taste, I thought they'd play a little more. When they said, all four quarterbacks are going to play, I said, great, isn't that easy? One each quarter, but that's not quite what happened yesterday. So okay, conditions were not great for football last night. It was raining, tough to catch the ball. It was slippery.
So what? It's going to happen during the season,
that's
too.
Right.
Wait till the cold winds blow.
And that's why you got to wear the right gloves. They were talking about that to make sure you can catch the ball. So that one okay. Good thing didn't happen. There were no interceptions. I don't think there were any fumbles. in yesterday's game. So that was good.
And when you consider the rain, that's quite nice.
Defense looked good. Special teams, I thought, looked terrific, and they won. And so 17-3. The other team, Carolina, I thought looked terrible. But then again, we don't follow them, so I don't know who was playing. I don't think they had their first string quarterback in at all, and they just couldn't get anything going at all. So.
Well, but they go into these games. They're like round robin scrimmages, and they go into them to see how the player's going to play.
Yep.
In a game situation, because you've seen them in practice.
Yeah. And now we want to see how they do, with the refs and the crowd and the noise and things like that. So the next preseason game for the Patriots is this coming Thursday when they take on. They're going to have joint practices, and I still don't know why they do this, but they're going to have joint practices with Philadelphia all week, and then they're going to have a game on Thursday. And I can almost guarantee, Dave, at some point during next week, you will hear that a fight broke out between the players on the practice field, because it happens all the time.
Really?
When you practice against another team.
Yeah. Okay.
Their players are trying to make the team. Our players are trying to make the team, and you do something.
You're trying to make me look bad.
You make me look bad, and then a fight breaks out. So it's just it always happens for whatever reason.
It's just like junior high schoolyard.
It's football players.
Elementary school.
Of course it is.
Schoolyard. Yeah, right.
Of course it is. So
we're acting like fifth graders here.
You're right. And so that's just because it's football. All right, so that's what I went on with the Patriots last night. Nice to see them win, of course, and we'll move on from there. Well, it's unusual. I thought about it this morning when I heard the story, but the vice presidential candidate on the Democratic side, Tim Walz, is going to make a visit. Usually we don't get the candidates.
Right.
Usually we get the candidate's spouse if they're going to make a trip to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
We get a spouse that comes in, but
he's
going
to
coming.
Newport.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
That's where the. It's a fundraiser.
That's where Schwarzenegger was. Yeah, for the movie.
It's where Muffy and Peter are.
And didn't they film part of the Sting there too? Or is it
no, I don't think so.
Or is the Hustler? One of the what are those Newman movies?
Great Gatsby.
Gatsby, that's the one. That was Redford, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Was filmed down there way long time ago. Anyway, so that's going to come up a week from today on August 16th. If you're making your plans to either be in Newport or not be in Newport.
Yes, avoid the motorcade.
He's coming, and it doesn't say where in Newport. But
you pretty much figure it's going to be at a mansion.
At one of the mansions, because I can hold a lot of people, and that's where all the money is.
Right.
And so they say it's tentatively planned, Dave. So, things pop up. And
well, you know what? You know what that means? That means that Secret Service hasn't stamped it off yet.
Yes. They say it's okay.
Because I remember when the first President Bush came to Rocky Point.
Yes,
that was a few years back, of course, before when there still was a Rocky Point.
Was it the Windjammer or was it the other place down there?
No, it was Rocky Point Palladium.
The Palladium, that's what it is. Okay.
And so we planned on going down and broadcasting it because the Woonsocket High School band was going to play "Hail to the Chief" as the president entered the room.
I didn't know
Mr. Castaldi was asked to do it, and he said, "Yeah, no problem." So Secret Service got busy and looking at all the parents and relatives of all the kids and stuff like that, and getting everyone clearance to be up there in that portion of the room where the president would stand, and we made our plans to go down and broadcast. But they were only plans until the Secret Service checked out our gear, we set up our gear, and then we could say we were doing it.
I see.
Before that, we could only say we were hoping to do it.
And so
but
did you?
Secrets, oh gosh, they wanted to see inside my radio mixer.
Oh, I bet.
They said, "Can you open that up?" I said, "Yes, I can, but I'd rather not." They said, "Okay, never mind."
Wow, I'm surprised.
They were shaking me down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got a mixer. I got a microphone.
You can't see it.
Right. I got a pair of headsets. I got a wire that goes out to the truck. The truck they didn't worry too much about.
That was the old days.
Yeah, that was, exciting things happen in broadcasting.
So was it just you that went down to?
Yeah, it was only me.
Okay,
it was only me. I had to get Secret Service clearance again.
That's right.
I've had it on many occasions.
Yeah. You can only be in this 5-foot area and don't move from here?
Press gallery. I could move around in the press gallery, but it's between the outside door where the truck was and the press gallery.
All right.
And the press gallery was in the back. First thing you get to when you come through the outside door.
So I wonder why they asked the Woonsocket High School band to play "Hail to the Chief."
I never heard
and
why.
Not like Pilgrim High, which is right there in Warwick.
I never heard why.
Someone must have known somebody that knew somebody.
I do not remember.
Wow.
If I ever heard. I don't think I ever heard why.
Okay.
It was when we were pinching ourselves. We didn't criticize.
Well, no, you don't ask questions.
Yeah,
so,
we didn't want to know the story behind the story. It was just quick. Let's grab your horn and get down there.
Yeah.
And they did a fine job.
do a good
And we
job.
broadcast it live and came so close to not broadcasting it live, I can't even tell you. Because,
Well, it's Newport. It's Warwick. So.
Yeah, I was down there in the afternoon. This was like 8 o'clock at night. And then it was like 8:45. The president still hadn't arrived.
Oh, they're never on time.
Right. And so we were not allowed after 6 o'clock to go back out to the truck.
Right. Yeah.
So we had everything turned on. And
Ready
I had
to
no
go.
staff in the truck because it was only me.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're inside and we're hobnobbing with the CBS guy and the rest of that stuff. And then the Channel 10 guy comes over to me. He says, my guy in the truck says, you're probably not being heard in Woonsocket anymore because your antenna just fell over the TV 10 truck.
And you can't go outside to fix it.
Because right. So I had to go to Secret Service and says, hey,
Please?
I'm alone here. They tell me my antenna went down. Can somebody follow me out there and make sure I'm on the up and up or something like that? Yeah. Well, okay. We'll just watch from the door.
All right. Okay. We'll keep an eye on you.
And so they didn't actually come out with me
yeah.
because it was windy and it was rainy and stuff like that.
Wow.
Got the antenna back up and got a signal back up.
Well, thank goodness for the NBC 10 guy who told
Yeah,
you
I
this. Or else
know.
you wouldn't have known what happened.
This was before cell phones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Before we had a cell phone
It was
anyway.
a
I mean, they
little-
might have been around, but we never had one.
Little breeze coming in off the ocean
Yeah,
down
so
there at Rocky Point.
I would not even have known
Well, yeah.
that they didn't get it in Woonsocket.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. And so look for Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz to join us in Newport.
They'll be waltzing in Newport next Friday
that's
night.
a good one. On August 16th. All right. Breeze
You
Airways.
think I'm the first one to ever use that?
Nope.
No.
Breeze Airways expanding in Rhode Island. They're saying,
I
hey, things
know.
are great down there for Breeze. And traffic is picking up. And so, okay, so starting next year on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I was trying to see the connection between Breeze Airways and Valentine's Day. But they're going to expand, and they're going to have flights on Mondays and Fridays to Daytona Beach, Florida.
Well, Valentine's
North
Day must
Carolina.
be a Monday or a Friday.
It must be next year.
Yeah.
So, okay. And the David
I could look that up.
Neeleman, Providence has just been a fantastic market for the airline. And there's more opportunity for growth. So we'll look for more flights.
I
out of
had my
Breeze.
first experience booking Denise and her mom on the Breeze Airways. First experience buying a ticket on that airline because it's always been like Southwest,
Right.
But
The 14th
Southwest
is a
has
Friday.
gotten so successful and big and full of itself that now it's just so many exceptions, and now look at this $39 fare, but it's going to cost you $100 to use it. Of add-ons,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff like that. So we're wise to that stuff. And Breeze won the business. You didn't fly for nothing on Breeze, and you had to pay for your baggage and stuff like that. But there wasn't going to be any baggage. It was just a couple of carry-ons. So it worked out very, very well, and it's a satisfying experience. And you want to know something? One of Southwest's claim to fame that they cut expenses on maintenance on their aircraft by having the same model of aircraft all the time. They don't have any others.
737s.
Right, 737s. But, Breeze buys bigger, nicer, newer aircraft.
Ah, okay.
And so the equipment that they're using is really nice. So anyway, we got good reviews on it.
All right, just something to be aware of about
And
if you're heading that
Daytona,
way.
I mean, that's like
Right in
12 minutes away from family.
Yes, well,
The
good-
Daytona
well, that
Airport.
works for you.
Seriously.
All right, works for
Instead
Dave.
of the usual
Hour
hour
is-
and change,
is the
depending on
drive.
Route 4 traffic from Orlando.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program, so it's time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. So back to you there, Dave.
334-1000 the telephone number to call after 9 o'clock because they don't answer the phone before 9. It's a 9 to 5 business at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, and find out how the chamber can work for you.
All right, Dave, thanks. More Coffee and coming your way. We'll be talking with Meg Rigo coming up in just a few minutes.
There's an old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Don't get fooled again, Woonsocket. I'm John Ward, and I've been working for you and only you for 25 years now. 2 years ago, Mayor Lisa Baldelli Hunt was removed from office for good reason. she angrily came back with a team and tried to have the city spend way too much money buying a piece of land from her friend. This recent report proves it, and in shame, she had to quit. Now she wants her hand-picked mayor to stay in office while much of her team is leaving. Slow audits, overvalued properties, and now private information released. Have you had enough yet, Woonsocket? I know I have. I'm John Ward, and I'm running to be your mayor. There's no room for cronyism that keeps costing you money. This embarrassment must stop. Want to know more? Visit wardformayor.org. I'd appreciate your vote September the 10th. We're better than this.
Paid for Friends of John Ward.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're local and live at 99.5.
It's Coffee and here on ON.
It certainly is, Ollie.
I'm Joe Callahan. That's Dave Richards.
And the Megsters
joining
here.
us from Lebanon, it is Meg Rigo. Good morning to you, Meg.
Good morning. It's Levitt Day.
It's Levitt Day, is right.
Gotta love it. Levitt.
Levitt number 8. For that
Yeah.
matter.
Levitt number 8. The summer flies by, but
Does
at least
it?
there were 8 weeks of great music so
That's
far.
right.
That's right.
Plena Libre, Latin dance music tonight at 11 Amp. And we've been looking at the weather all week, Meg, and
It hasn't looked good.
it hasn't looked good all week.
Today it's
but-
looking better.
So,
So
what
I
are
kind
your
of
thoughts?
blame Plena Libre. So they have a song called Lluvia, which means rain in Spanish.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's really fun. You have this whole, 9-piece band with their horn section and their various forms of percussion, and they are dancing and they are singing in the rain, and it looks like a blast. And
Isn't that crazy? Now, Meg,
concerned that maybe we were meant to relive this situation.
but no, it's even juicier than that, Meg. I don't think I mentioned this to you, because you weren't listening to the broadcast. You were there managing things at the end of the concert last week. But at the end of every concert, I play a little clip for next week's act. A little pre-sell, and I put that on there, and I noticed that it's the one where they're performing and they have a huge crowd, and it's raining, and the crowd's loving it, and they're playing in the rain. And I remember, this is last Friday now, before we knew anything about Debbie, and I remember saying, geez, I hope that's not prophetic. But it was prophetic. Seriously. All week. I mean, Saturday I sent out the alarm because I saw Debbie's course. I sent out the alarm to the group of organizers. You get it, and Brandon gets it, and like that. So I said, hey, listen, just keep in mind, we got to watch this thing. And then over the week, it has gotten progressively worse looking, but then Debbie has moved further and further away from us, further west in her track, and she continues to do that. So now she's so far away from us that any outer rain bands are going to be, first of all, extremely light, extremely brief, and probably not even happen either, because now we wake up this morning with a 40% chance of rain all day. That was,
incredible.
I mean, we had a 90% chance of rain 2 days ago. And now a 40. So this is not bad. Now keep in mind, overnight tonight, gonna pour. But we'll get our concert in before that.
That's the news I've been waiting to hear all week.
So keep the fingers crossed there, Meg. Who's the opening act for tonight's concert?
Sure. So tonight we have Mary Rosa. She's a
Mary
local
Rose, yeah.
Latin musician. She does Cuban son, boleros, ballads. It'll be a bit more mellow to start before our big party with Plena Libre. And she's in a three-piece set, a three-piece act. So she's with a saxophonist and a pianist this evening.
Did you say Plena Libre is a 10-person band?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, big band.
This is
This is the size.
sound,
This is
yeah.
the size of Steve Smith,
Yeah.
right?
It is very hesitant to want to go inside.
Well, I'm sure they are.
Well, sure. I mean, it certainly would not have been our first choice. But did I mention also that it's going to be basically warm all day, 79 for a high. And so it's going to be warm during the concert. If there's a tiny shower, it'll be very, very light, and it'll be warm. So
It just sounds like fun to me.
it's going to look like the doggone video if it rains. And if it doesn't rain, which the odds are now that it won't rain at all, And if it doesn't rain, and keep in mind, I mentioned this to Joe earlier, it's a cool thing about River Island Art Park the way it is right now. I know sometimes you look in on TV, it looks like there's not that many people there. But the fact is that all the people are around us, not in front of us, between us and the stage, our cameras and the stage, because they all like to be underneath the big, beautiful shade trees, which we're blessed with at River Island Art Park. Big, beautiful, mature shade trees. And you want to know something? The truck has to be there, too, because we have to be back near the gazebo. And I can tell you that if there's a little spritz or a little shower or something like that, you don't feel it because of the shade trees.
And that's a good thing.
We've got our natural protection.
Yep. It's all good. So anyway.
So who you got for food trucks for tonight, Meg?
Sure. So tonight we have Full House Q. So we have barbecue. We have Big Dog Eat. So again, a variety of hot dogs and kielbasa. And then Layered with Love. Our Layered with Love dessert truck is just added. They love us. They just keep coming back for more, which is great.
That's the chocolate dip stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. It is. And we have some other exciting things tonight. So Rob Roy Academy is coming back. Our friends there, it's a very cool hair training place. And so students are getting extra credit hours if they come down to the park and entirely for free. They're doing hair braiding and hair gel and face painting. And the line last time we did this was incredible with so many kids and adults that wanted to have that done. Tonight is family night in the park. So all of the children that are part of a couple of summer camps were invited to come down with their families. And the summer camp is actually taking care of the meals for the kids and their families that are coming out. It's a really great opportunity for folks that, could come to the park always because the concerts are free, but maybe grabbing something from a food truck is cost prohibitive. And so the camps are taking on that cost this week for their kids and their families, which is such a sweet Woonsocket way to do things. And then we have an intermission performance by Krylo Dance Studio. So they have a travel dance team.
Okay.
Yeah, it's such a great Woonsocket night. They have a travel dance team, and they're coming out to do a brief intermission performance. It's a big group of them. They're going to be down on the grass in front of the stage. But as even more reason why we're really hoping to keep the show outside, we just had many moving parts and many people that wanted to be in the park this week. So this weather forecast feels great.
Excellent. Now, Rich Elaine is joining us here on the Coffee and Table. And, Rich, did you enjoy yourself last Friday night with C.J. Chenier?
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Did you, Meg, did you see Rich down there dancing?
Oh, you couldn't miss anybody. It was amazing. It was a blast in the park. There were so many dancers. And I have to tell you, I had the sweetest moment with C.J. Chenier. We talked a little bit about what NeighborWorks does. We talked about why Love It is so important to Woonsocket. And then Marlon, our MC, he gets on stage and he does, he introduces the band. Well, gosh darn it, that band was late getting on stage. So for all you viewers out there, we're sorry, because CJ was so moved by the stuff that we're doing that he reached into his own pocket, pulled out his billfold, and put a handful of bills in our donation bucket.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
You don't see that. You don't see that with every.
No. That's amazing.
And Meg, his interaction with the audience, I thought was unbelievable when he came out with his I don't know what that instrument
is.
It's a
washboard.
Washboard.
And the
but when they came out into the audience, you see the look on everybody's faces. It was like, oh my God, this is so great.
And you really enjoyed it too, Rich.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I got my 13-year-old granddaughter's been coming with me every week. So Meg, I'm happy the weather report turned out all right. Because just before I left the house this morning, my granddaughter says, "Hey, are we going to River Island Park tonight?"
No kidding.
I said, "Well, I got to find out. I'll find out more when I get to the station." So yeah, we'll be there again tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. It'll be good to see you again.
Yep.
We do special giveaways some weeks, and this week are floral lays. So
you
that
get
might
some.
be influential for your 13-year-old.
All right. Yep. She especially liked the glow sticks that you've been handing out. The green glow sticks, the memory sticks, I guess, right?
So So what does your 13-year-old daughter think of like the Zydeco music? Because it's certainly completely different for any kind of the pop music that's on the radio now.
Oh, she loved it. I mean, with the you had the Tartan Terrors, I think they were, and she thought those guys were unbelievable. And then the following week, the Black Opry Review, she loved that, and then she loved C.J. Chenier. So it's like, and I told her it was Latin music tonight. So she's really getting culturalized, if that's even a word, but that's what she's getting.
Plano Libre, where are they based out of, Meg?
They're based out of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And they're doing a show in New York City at the Kennedy Center tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
And so we're getting like a sweet deal on this band. So they wanted to come and do a performance with us before they did their show at the Kennedy Center. Apparently, we're slightly higher stakes. I don't know what they're thinking.
Well,
but these guys have
it's
4
almost like
Grammy nominations. They're like,
wow.
They're a big deal. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's almost like a dress rehearsal for them before they play at the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Come on and enjoy and entertain the people here in Woonsocket. Make the tweaks to whatever you're going to make the tweaks to, and then on to the Kennedy Center, which is impressive. So do you know, is everything in Spanish tonight, or do they have some English songs as well?
All of the songs that I have heard are in Spanish.
Okay.
But it's one of those things that it doesn't really matter because you're just there dancing to the rhythm and
and the beat. Yeah.
If you don't speak Spanish, then I don't want for that to be prohibitive. Our MC will still be speaking in English, and the music will still most certainly move you.
All right, very good. It's Plano Libre, Latin dance music tonight. It'll be a lot of very high energy, just like last week with the Zydeco band as well. Should be a great time. We got our fingers crossed that the weather is going to hold out for everything for tonight and can be held outside. Because this, I don't know if you heard, Rich, this is a 10-piece band coming.
Yeah, I was listening on the way in. Absolutely. Looking, like I say, my toes will be, I got 2 left feet, so, but I actually got up with the Zydeco band. I'm sure I'll get up this weekend, too.
So with that many people on stage, that creates a lot of noise and a loud, vibrant series of music takes place. So it should be a great time down at 11 Amp. And can you believe it's week 8 already?
It's flown. It's absolutely flown. We got 2 more weeks to go. Next week we're doing blues with Philip Michael Sales. He's been on the Ellen DeGeneres show. He's just toured with Keb Mo. Big deal. And then the week after that, we have like Lady Rockers with Patty Pershela and the Mayhaps. So everyone's got 3 weeks left to come out if you still haven't been to 11. So we'll be here through August 23rd.
All right, well, have a great time tonight at River Island Art Park, Meg, with Plano Libre, and enjoy. We want you out there dancing too, so enjoy yourself, okay?
Thanks, Joe. Always am. That's the best time of night when I'm finally out there dancing. We'll see you all at River Island Art Park. Have a great day.
All right, thanks, Meg. Meg Rigo joining us talking about the 11 Amp Woonsocket Music Series tonight at River Island Art Park from 6 to 9 p.m. with Plano Libre, and we have it for you here on ON Radio, just in case you can't make it on down for whatever reason. We have it for you, audio, on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and then we stream it on our website and on our YouTube channel and on our social media as well, just in case you cannot make it down. And we make it easier for places like Lops Brewing, which is down there, and they just plug into us and they show the bands, they show the show over there at their place. So very cool that they do that as well. Rich, did you see any of the Patriots game last night?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I did not watch any of it. Did they win? Let's put it that way. Oh, and
Yes.
really preseason, what?
It doesn't really matter. But
what's the sense, right?
17-3.
Oh, okay. All right.
It would have been nice if Carolina showed up, but hey, what are you going to do? They looked lousy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Either they didn't play their first string quarterback, or they don't have a real good quarterback now. I don't know what their situation is, but they didn't get anything going. And our defense looked great, and our special teams looked great, even better. They were probably the best part of the whole show, and our fourth-string quarterback looked really good.
Well,
Keep
good.
Joe Milton in the back of your mind as possibly being on the team this year, because he was the only guy. When was the last time we had a quarterback that could scramble?
There you go. Yeah,
30,
I don't think we
I
have.
can't remember the last time we had one.
No.
And the crowd was going crazy because he was running around and eluding and then running for a first down. It's like, Michael, we never have this.
The only quarterback I remember scrambling a little bit, and that's because anytime there was pressure on him, he'd just fall on the ground. Was Tony Eason.
Tony Eason. I wouldn't call that scrambling. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee AM program. More is coming your way, and it's time for a look at the weather forecast, being brought to you by Bank of America.
Cloudy skies today with only a 40% chance of a brief shower or thunderstorm. High of 79 with a breeze coming out of the east up to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, patchy fog. Showers and thunderstorms are 100% likely overnight. New rainfall amounts of 1/4 to 1/2 inch possible. Overnight low of 73. Saturday's weather, only a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning and then clearing up during the day. Cloudy through mid-morning. You'll see sunshine by the end of the day Saturday, high of 85. Sunday, sunny and 81. Monday, sunny and 78. Tuesday, sunny and 81. Wednesday, sunshine and 82. And Thursday, mostly sunny skies and 82.
Okay, Dave, currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street. We've got clouds, we've got patchy fog. No light rain at the moment, 68 degrees. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Hi, this is Kevin, host of Kevin's Sports Show, every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 on WOON 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com. Follow all your New England teams and your local athletes. Call in at 766-1240 to Kevin's Sports Show every Saturday morning.
Coffee In here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Dave Richards is right over there. And Rich Elaine is here. Hi, Rich.
Hey.
Hi, Dave. And this segment of Coffee In sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspapers, which
Right.
Dave has in his hot little hands.
I do have in my hot little hands, Joe, and that's the strange thing about it. People say, listen, if you're off of the air, at least make an announcement that you're off the air and when you're coming back on. So it seems really stupid
to do it.
Stupid. But we were just informed that the radio streams, we have audio streams, we have video streams and stuff like that. The audio streams are not working this morning. Got news for you. They ain't going to work for a little while. Because I just visited, in our server land, in Tech Center, and it ain't booting up. So it got up dead this morning, and that's where we are with that. Now I've got replacements, but I'm on the air, so it's going to take us a little bit of time to get it back up again. But I've got replacements in the plan. We're working on it. Streams don't work on the audio only on the website. That's the way it works that way, and I'll get all that fixed. So, yes, I think we should mention something about it, don't you, Joe?
Okay,
for all those
you
people,
just did.
For all those people out there who are listening to the streams, the same 6 seconds are playing over and over again. The last 6 seconds that we sent out it keeps repeating all the time.
Groundhog Day.
That's how it works in streaming land. It just keeps repeating. Listen. The Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze is in my hand right now, and we've got some interesting stories in here. Like, for instance, if you live in Cumberland and you'll be voting for your mayor coming up in, is it November or September, one or the other, Mayor Mutter and Brad Dean, the challenger, are going up against each other, and they were interviewed by the Valley Breeze, and you'll get a chance to hear what they have to say. And you'll get all the information on that right there. Also, let's see, the nice, interesting story about Mr. Juber, who celebrated 70 with long-lost siblings. And in Lincoln, the police department cracks down with a new traffic division. Sophia Barr has the story on that. In the Woonsocket edition, which includes North Smithfield and Blackstone, of course. Top of the fold, there is the big story there. Council forwards damning report on Baldelli Hunt administration to the governor, the attorney general, and others, and accept it for themselves. There's also a nice story in here about North Smithfield native Mark Gardner, who's standing out on the edge of a precipice in the Appalachian Trail, waving and saying hi, while somebody else took a picture of him. Anyway, Corey Plant has a story on Mark and his dream life on the Appalachian Trail. Wait till wintertime. That'll be a real dream. But anyway, it's fun, during the summertime. Yeah, right. Down over in North Smithfield, we have a story here about town council candidates. There's 10 of them, only 5 seats. They're all up for re-election, and they're talking about the political divide. And it all seems to center on the police station.
Oh.
As you know, the voters decided against spending the money and borrowing the money, actually, to redo the police station. And by golly, that story's not over yet.
Okay.
And it's a subject of some of the campaigning going on. So there you have it. Valley Breeze newspapers, great local stories, great local businesses, advertising. You want to know what's going on in the Blackstone Valley, you pick up the Valley Breeze. Free every Thursday where you shop.
All right, there, Dave. Thanks. All right, Rich. Rich Lane from Post 85.
There he is, there.
What's the latest update from the Post?
The Cajun Fest.
The Cajun. Well, yeah, that's coming up.
This is where artists actually come in cages, right? Just like the circus?
Wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not cage. Cajun.
Oh, I see.
That's Cajun. All right.
You know where that word comes from?
No, I don't, and I'm sure that you are going to educate me now.
Yeah, it's the French slang for Canadian. They come down, they're Cajuns.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
That's what I was told.
Well, there you go.
And why would they lie to me?
I know.
That's right.
But what's going on at the Post? Well, I just found this out like literally 5 minutes ago that there is a DJ at the Post tonight. I guess starts right around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and that's all the information I have on that. I'm sorry. But
okay.
I know we got a DJ at American Legion Post 85, so if you like to do DJ and karaoke stuff, come on over, come on down to the Post right around 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight and take a seat inside and, enjoy some beverages. And,
nice, clean fun.
And I know we're going to have food. I was told there was going to be food available, too. So, and that's all free. So come on down and have yourself a bite to eat. And, come on down, listen to a DJ and do a little karaoke tonight. Now, tomorrow night, underneath our pavilion, and the weather is supposed to be nice and clear tomorrow night. And,
Oh yeah, you'll be seeing sunshine tomorrow afternoon.
Yep, and it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. We have a great band called Pieces of Eight. They do classic rock. I listened to them a little bit on YouTube last night, and they do tunes like It's American Girl and a little bit of Styx tunes and some Jackson Browne, and I mean all sorts of like classic rock. So, and they are very, very good. We were extremely lucky to get them, like we were lucky last week to get Who Made Who, the AC/DC tribute band that we had last week. And man, we had a crowd that you wouldn't believe. So I imagine Pieces of Eight that's going to be at the Post tomorrow night from 7 to 11. It's underneath our pavilion. We have the outside beverage area that'll be open. So definitely come on down to Post 85 tomorrow night and listen to Pieces of Eight. Now on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we have another bike night coming up. Not the type you pedal, the type that go vroom vroom. Okay?
And hopefully with mufflers on.
Yes. But the bike nights have been extremely successful. We have trophies for the bike night this coming Wednesday. Registration is at 5:30, and we got people there that'll judge the bikes. We have trophies for first, second, and third place. First place also gets a $100 cash prize. And we have a live band that's going to be down there, the Threesome Band. They're a local band from right around here in the Woonsocket, Bellingham area, and they're giving this for free. So they do a lot of things for veterans. So thank you out there for anybody for the Threesome Band. And like I said, they're going to be out there this Wednesday during the bike night, giving us some free music. So
Great.
you want to come down and see some nice motorcycles and just hang around, have a few beverages, definitely come on down on Wednesday. Now, the big thing, and I've been talking about this for a couple of months now, Cajun Fest on Sunday, August the 18th. From noon to 6 p.m., we're going to be opened up. We got a couple of food trucks coming down there. One of the food trucks is going to have your Cajun food like jambalaya and gumbo and shrimp po' boy. The other truck is going to have a barbecue. And the band Magnolia, who have been around the Rhode Island area for a good 30 years now, playing some Zydeco and some Cajun music. And they actually, Michelle, one of the band members, actually in the first 15 minutes or so, has everybody get up and she gives you a free dance lesson.
Oh, yeah?
And I'll tell you, Cajun music is extremely easy to dance to. And here's how I know that.
I find it
You can
extremely
do it.
difficult to not dance to.
I can actually do the steps.
You can pick it up?
Yeah, and I mean, it only took 15 minutes to get the simpler steps. But when Michelle gets up there and teaches you, you could pretty much dance the entire afternoon because the steps are pretty similar for all their music they do, and you just might have to pick up the beat a little bit.
But faster, that's right.
Yep. So if you have a few drinks and you try to pick up the beat, well, that might not work too well either. But anyhow, come on down for the Cajun Fest on Sunday, August the 18th. Like I said, 12 to 6 p.m. With food. Our outside beverage area will be open. And as always, all the time when we have music up in our pavilion, the music is free. So there's no cover charge to come and see Magnolia. They have a wonderful following. And like I said, if you enjoy Cajun music, we had a lot of people that went to the River Island Park and saw C.J. Chenier. They were actually Magnolia people that, follow that band around. So if you missed C.J. Chenier, and say, I wish, we had some Cajun music, come on down to Post 85 on Sunday, August 18th, and you can get your fill of it there.
All right.
Another thing I want to mention, and it's only because I did a couple of trips with the courtesy vehicle myself this week. Normally, I'm the coordinator of the trips. People call me, I set the trips up, and I got my drivers doing it. I'm the emergency driver, as they say. Well, we had a couple of things this week that my drivers couldn't make it, and that's all fine because they do a wonderful job. But one of and I want the veterans out there to take advantage of the courtesy vehicle to know this. Some of them might think that, okay, if they pick me up around the Woonsocket area, this North Smithfield area, or Burrville, or whatever we go to pick you up, that, okay, the only place you'll take us is to the VA facilities, you know, down in Providence. Well, no, I mean, the 2 trips I took this week, one of them was out to the Dedham area, Dedham, Massachusetts, and they were Woonsocket veterans. And actually, yesterday's trip, I went out to Mass Pioneer, right on Charles Street.
Right in Boston.
Oh yeah, that was
fun.
That was a lot of fun. No, but I mean, you know, don't think that you know, we won't take you to your private appointments. And once again, how the courtesy vehicle works is that any veteran out there that needs transportation to their private medical appointment or VA medical appointment, all you got to do is pick up the phone, call 401-766-7585. That's the American Legion post. You give that person your name and your telephone number. They will contact me as the duty officer. I will then contact you. I'll get all the information, your appointment. I'll get you set up with a courtesy vehicle driver. We will pick you up at your house. We will take you to your appointment. We will wait for you at your appointment, and then we will bring you home. And this service is all free of charge to the American Legion, Fairmount Post 85. And as always, if anybody would like to say, man, that's a wonderful service they give veterans for free, how can I help them? We will be more than happy to take any type of monetary donations you may give us to keep the car going.
Right.
But and that's pretty much all I have today.
I like it, Rich. Thank you very much. Okay, more Coffee and coming up. This segment has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
Since 1948, their motto has been to give every customer the very best in quality service as well as attention to detail. And that promise continues today at Michaud's Auto Body, a modern 5-stall facility with the latest in technology. Michaud's Auto Body knows that following an accident, you need reassurance about the entire process, including reports, insurance, rentals, and more. Their promise is to give each person all that they are paying for, and then some. Michaud's Auto Body on Privilege Street, Woonsocket, 769-1983.
You can depend on us for public service, ON Radio.
Coffee In on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane, and Dave Richards is here as well. Thank you for joining us. And so, Dave, it looks like you and Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey are thinking the same way.
Right.
Oh.
I am.
Yes, how about that?
Oh, that's news to me.
Well, we had the story yesterday about the CEO of Stewart Healthcare.
Oh.
And so I guess the word got to the governor, and she's like, what? Now, the Stewart Healthcare is in bankruptcy.
Yes.
And they're trying to sell, and it's a big mess in Massachusetts, by the way. So where's the CEO? He's in France.
Versailles.
He's
Watching
in
the
Versailles.
yachting matches.
Equestrian.
Sorry.
The equestrian match. He's watching the horses jump around at the Olympics. And so Healy's disgusted with Mr. Delatorre saying he stole millions of dollars from the company while buying yachts and mansions. I don't know where she gets her information, but that's what she said. Governor says she's hopeful the feds will open an investigation soon.
Yes, I agree. Open investigation and see, you know, I mean, but if the guy legitimately came across the money, then guess what? The investigation shows nothing.
Right.
You know?
So maybe it's like, well, okay, we're in bankruptcy, and it's being sold, but someone else is taking care of that.
Yeah.
Time to take a vacation.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting thing. When I read that story this morning, Joe,
Yeah.
I said to myself, gee whiz, if this was anybody other than the governor, and we're quoting the governor, by the way.
Yeah.
If this was anybody other than the governor, what she said would be actionable, and the guy could sue her for saying it in public.
Yeah.
Because that is definitely defamation of character. That is definitely saying something rotten about somebody and making your own conclusions without evidence. Now, I'm sure that she's seen reports that we haven't seen. There was great concern that Stewart was taking care of their execs first and their patients later and down the importance list. And now they're going to close down 2 hospitals simply because they couldn't get anybody interested in them in the time that they had. Well, let's just close them right down. And they got permission to do that if they moved along the other 6. And the other 6 are like languishing. The governor really is very, very frustrated, and I can understand that. But when I heard that the CEO... Now, listen, if you have a company that's in bankruptcy, all right? Bankruptcy is there for a reason. Life happens. Sometimes bad things happen to good, well-meaning people, and bankruptcy is there as a means in this country for you to start over again, don't make the same mistakes, or get better luck, or whatever it is. And yes, bankruptcy is not a good thing, but it's better than the alternative. Okay, so you've got a huge corporation that's in bankruptcy. It just doesn't look right.
It looks awful. Yeah.
And so what person, what kind-hearted, thoughtful, well-meaning person is going to go around flaunting their money during a bankruptcy of the company that they oversee? At the very least, this person gets the Simpson Award for being stupid.
It's not a good look. I guess that's the simpleton way of putting it. It's just not a good look.
Will they find anything that
nefarious?
The guy should be brought up on charges about? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And probably the governor would concede that it's a long shot. But it certainly is something when people are hurting in her Commonwealth, for her to come out publicly and share outrage along with people who are also thinking the same things is probably politic. But I don't know that anything will come of it.
Well, maybe he thought, first of all, no one will notice. We're only going to be going for a few days.
Is he even a U.S. citizen?
And, I don't know.
Because he's got like an Italian name, all right?
Or
that's
Spanish.
That's an Italian name, I think.
Yeah. But and who covers the equestrian events? So we won't even be seen. Well, that didn't quite work out. So he was spotted over there. So
yeah.
Anyway, and I think he said he was there with his daughter. And maybe, he promised his daughter, Tom Brady took his daughter to the Olympics too.
Yeah.
They went and watched gymnastics.
Oh, cool.
Tom's not part of a bankrupt organization.
He's not in charge of a bankrupt company.
That's right. That's right. So speaking of the Olympics, and we have this story here. I know Dave hasn't been watching much. You've been watching any of the Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll be happy to know. Maybe you won't be happy to know. But NBC, they're very happy with Snoop Dogg.
He's done a pretty good job.
Well,
actually, I enjoy some of the segments he's done.
What are they doing? The rapper gold medals in the Olympics?
Well, he's doing his little features and things like that. But NBC plans to ask him to come back and join us in the 2026 Winter Olympics.
Oh, cool!
Which are only 2 years away now. So we'll see more of him. He's been wildly popular. Says the 2 key NBC Universal executives were asked if there are plans to ask Snoop to return. They said yes to both answers. The president of NBC
And why
Sports
wouldn't you say yes 2 years ahead of time?
Described Snoop as enthusiastic and added they would be thrilled to have him back in any capacity. The Milano Cortina Olympics are set to take place in February 2026. Is that Spain?
Could
Or is that Italy?
I would say that's in the Pyrenees.
Milano-Cortina.
I would say that's in the Pyrenees. That would be in Spain.
Okay. Well, makes sense. You gotta ski.
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you who are enjoying Snoop, of course, it all comes down to money.
Well, I kind of like the deal he did. They brought him out to the him and Martha Stewart were at the equestrian. I remember seeing that one, and
I guess
of course she's like farm and vegetables and all that. So, but she was fine with the horses. But it was funny watching Snoop feed the horses a carrot, And like when the carrot got down to the little nibble, he backed up. No, because he said he was deathly afraid of horses until he actually, went to the equestrian event and got close to the horses and everything. And
he was able to touch a horse.
Yeah, okay. He was all right with it a little bit afterwards. So he actually said that he was quite shocked as to how interested he got in the equestrian riding and things like that. You know,
it's pretty impressive what those riders can do.
Oh, absolutely.
With those horses.
Yep.
And how fast they do it.
Yeah.
The running back and forth. So, all right. So that's what's going on there. I just read about this yesterday. There were 2 astronauts who traveled to the International Space Station, and they were supposed to go for 8 days. Now they're not coming back till February.
Well,
did we bring enough food?
That was my first question. I mean, that doesn't seem, but I don't know if I'm up there and I was supposed to come back in 8 days.
Yeah, and now you're there.
And now you're telling me
months?
I'm there till February 2025. I'm not afraid of much in life except my wife. But let me tell you something. If I'm up there in outer space and you're telling me you can't bring me back after I was only supposed to be there 8 days?
Well, here it is.
I'm a little concerned right now.
Well, here it is August. The 2 astronauts went to the space station in June to fix some leaks and the issues with helium leaks and thruster failures. It's forcing them to stay on board the ISS for more than 60 days. NASA said if tests show a return flight on Starliner to be too risky, then the astronauts could be forced to wait and come back on a Boeing rival SpaceX Crew Dragon, but not until February.
And what if, there's technical difficulties with that Crew Dragon that they're going to say? It's like...
They wrote a song about it. It's called Major Tom.
Major Tom, yep. Imagine, I don't know, are they going to be lost in space like that, like that
TV
show,
shows?
like that TV show, I don't know.
Well,
but, God bless them. I mean, they're so brave. I mean, to me, they're so brave to even do it. And if you think about the way that space flight is come around, especially back in the 60s when it all first started, those guys were, I mean, you literally, they were shot up on dynamite in a tin can back then. They had John Glenn era and all that.
They had no certain idea
clue
of what was going to happen to them.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
So
at least now enough people have done it, so you get some expectations.
Yeah, well, God bless them too that are up there right now, and I mean, I laughed a little about it and joked, but God bless them, and I hope everything comes out all right for them because
it's Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, S-U-N-I.
Yeah,
I hope they like each other.
Yeah,
they're being forced to be in such a tiny little space.
She had and I remember seeing it the other night. She was up on a mission before where she ran the Boston Marathon on a treadmill in space.
On the space station?
Yeah. Yep, I saw that the other day. I thought that was quite something. Yeah.
Really cute.
What else is there to do?
Yeah, really. They didn't say her time. They just said she ran it. But
well, you're not throwing the football around too far.
Anyway, there you go.
Especially in that anti-gravity situation. So, and I'm sure they were told ahead of time, things can go wrong. And that we can't expect, and you might be up there longer.
Yep.
And once you get up there, and we tell you, hey, you're not coming back for months, you got to be able to psychologically. You're gonna have to deal with that because you just can't step outside and get another bus.
No, that's for sure.
You're there, and you're just stuck there. But it does make me wonder about food. Do we send unmanned spacecraft there
They've
with
been doing
extra
that
food?
right along.
So that just continuously that happens. Okay.
Yep.
All right, and Taylor Swift's all bummed out,
Well, has she made a statement on that, by the way? But tell the people out there the story if they don't know about it.
Other than she was bummed out that her 3 concerts were canceled in Austria.
Yeah. They arrested another teenage. And they arrested a third. I was watching news this morning.
It was a 19-year-old,
15-year-old.
a 15-year-old.
And they arrested another 15-year-old too. So there were three involved now. So
all right. They're not. They just said the 17-year-old was working with a company that was hired to provide services at the concert, but they weren't more specific than that.
Well, he would.
What are the services this company was providing?
Well, the 17.
Terrorism.
Not that.
The 17-year-old had just started like working for that company maybe a couple of weeks ago. That I remember seeing that report too. That was
it food or?
I do not know. I do not know what his job was. Let's say, but apparently he had a job with he had put affiliation to ISIS, I guess. So that was part of it too. So
they said they planned to kill people, a large number of people, including themselves, using explosives and knives, and they went to the 19-year-old's apartment and found quite a few explosives.
Yep.
At that place. So it makes you wonder. Okay, they've arrested a 19-year-old. They've arrested a 17-year-old. Now you're saying they arrested a 15-year-old, which is probably why they canceled the shows, because there's probably more. And if they arrested 3, maybe there's 5, maybe there's 10 involved in this, and we got to round them up.
And you see what's going on with all this concert stuff, and I can give you a perfect example because I go to a very, very small venue, maybe 5 or 6 times a year, down in Virginia. It only holds 600 people, but they just came out with a policy now for ladies' handbags that they got to be clear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Clear. I mean, you got to be able to see it. So, I mean, it's a sad state of affairs to the world, but hey, that's the times we're in, right?
Right, and the people like these kids look at it and say, where can we do the most amount of damage?
Yep.
And if there's going to be 60,000 people at a Taylor Swift show, we can do a lot of damage.
You're
that
darn
event.
right.
Hate is hate.
Hate is hate. You're right, Dave. And that'll do it for the show for today. And we thank Meg Rigo from Levitt Amp joining us
Thanks,
tonight.
Meg.
We hope we can be down at River Island Art Park. Richard Lane, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you. Come on down and see Pieces of 8, great band at the American Legion Post 85, 870 River Street, tomorrow evening under our pavilion, 7 to 11.
Very good. And Dave Richards, thanks for sticking around.
Great being here today, Joe.
Alrighty.
I'm off to fix the streams.
Please go fix things.
Yay.
Right. I'm Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. They're in the building. They'll be here at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. Plans are being finalized for Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz to